gonna start with another painting section, and in this case it's going to be the clothes. For starting, we will go with the hands bandages. The idea in this case is that I'm going to teach you the technique for making one of these bandages, and you, using the same technique, will replicate to the others. We will take the basic tones of the clothes. We will fill with the bandage's basic tone using fill object. And now we will take the dark colors, the dark tones, and we will start to make the bandage contour. The idea is to generate the occlusion or the shadows too that are generated because a bandage is above the other. We will do then these strokes along each one of the bandages. Here between the finger, down here the palm, obviously the bandage between the fingers too. The treatment will be very similar to the one we give to the leather, with the only difference that in this case we will need more smoothed shadows. Because of that, we are not using alphas in this case. We have to follow the direction of the folds of the bandages so we get a better shadow. Around here until it circles the thumb. Let's take a quick look at how it's doing. With what we have just done, we already have the direction of the bandages, the basic. These shadows help us to understand in what direction are each one of the bandages. And now what we are going to do is to start making massage the occlusion and the shadows in the folds inside each bandage, or in each section of the bandage. We have to use, in this case, smaller sized brushes, so we can paint better the cavities between the folds. Here, for example, in this one, in the fingers, the folds doesn't only have one direction, as they are tightened more between the fingers, and they are opening, so the shadows go diagonally. As I told you, the same folds give us the direction when we are painting. Here are the ones that wrap around the fingers. Well, down here diagonally too. We will do a moment, a comparison with what we had before. Even we had materials, we had lights or shadows. We can start having an idea of how are the faults, of what direction have the faults of our bandages. The same that we have just done with the bandages, we will do to the others. We will start painting the cavities and the other strips, so we can start completing the base of our bandages. Here, we are going to dedicate, just for now, into making the shadows. When we are doing the shadows, we recommend to make long strokes and fast, so the shapes of the shadows are much more precise. If we do it slow, it is likely we start to shaking, and we will get some crooked lines. We are almost done. We only left some bandages, some strips, and that will be all. Here in this strip that wraps the thumb, let's see a moment with the flat material. And now we can see it looks much more complete as such the direction of the bandages. There are some sections where we have not worked. Unfortunately, the light didn't allow me to see. So it's because of this that I recommend to use the flat material, so we can see the errors, what we still need to paint, and start to fixing it. I think that for now we will leave it here, and we will continue in the next part.